for the online session on signals system. I am Vikramaditya. I am going to discuss Fourier in this particular series. Let us first discuss about discrete time Fourier transform. When I do introduction to Z transform, I have categorized the need of Fourier and for what particular signal, that is for discrete and non-periodic signal in time domain, periodic signal in time domain. If you want to convert to frequency domain, we need a transform, a formula, that is nothing but discrete time Fourier transform. So we represent the time domain. Please remember, this is time domain as x of n. N stands for discrete, and in frequency domain I am going to represent this as x of e power j omega. In general, we say omega represents analog angular frequency, omega represents digital angular frequency. We can even change this reverse. It's all a symbol. Please remember, it's all about a symbol. There is no hard and fast rule that this is analog, this is digital. You represent a symbol for that. That's more than enough. Now, if I have x of n, which is discrete and non-periodic signal, if you use a discrete time Fourier transform, we call it as DTFT, the result will be x of e power j omega. Because it's a function of omega, we always represent in terms of sinusoids, which is a complex exponential, so we represent e power j. Now, let us directly enter into the conversion. X of e power j omega, I need frequency domain, is nothing but summation n is equal to minus infinity x of n. The given signal x of n is discrete because it is summation discrete, and it is an infinite, that is called non-periodic, the duration e power minus j omega. Again, this is the formula for DTFT, which converts time domain to frequency domain. Same, I would like to do reverse. X of n is equal, I can even do reverse, frequency to time, that is 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to plus pi. If you want, you can say 0 to 2 pi also, nothing wrong. X of e power j omega, e power j omega n, integration is with respect to frequency omega. This is nothing but inverse DTFT. Please remember, even though the series is infinite series, we won't talk about converging and diverging, not like in your Z transform. It is in general infinite series, convert to a frequency domain and convert frequency domain to time domain. Please do remember these two formula, which is DTFT and IDTFT. Let us do a problem based on discrete time Fourier transform. Let us generalize a power n u of n. Always you should have a general statement. Find discrete time Fourier transform. And most of the time they will ask also calculate magnitude and phase. Okay, that we will see later. And what is our discrete time Fourier transform? X of e power j omega summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega. Okay, this is the formula we do have. Now, if I substitute the given problem a power n u of n e power minus j omega n, then let us ask what is u of n. It is right-sided sequence available from 0 to infinity. So n is equal to 0 to infinity. In that place, its value is 1. Other places it is 0, no use. So remaining a power n e power minus j omega. We do have discussed many times even in Z transform also. Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a power n. The result is 1 by 1 minus a when a is lesser than 1, and it is infinity when a is greater than 1, even lesser than 0. Alright, within 0 to This is one of the basic formula in maths. Let us try to bring that into picture. Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a e power minus j omega whole power n. Now this term, whatever I am using is representation similar to a. So if I implement that particular answer, it is 1 by 1 minus a. A is nothing but a e power minus j omega in this problem. So this is the result. Please do remember. And in general, we need a power n u of n. Its direct standard answer is 1 by 1 minus a e power minus j omega. Please do remember. And let us not talk about other option, which is infinity, because it says infinite, unstable, practically not possible. This says finite, so we always take this particular probability. Whereas in Z transform, it is finite under what condition we discuss, that is called ROC. But here I don't need to discuss all these issues. Next, let us replace x of e power j omega as 1 by 1 minus a. Let us modify e power minus j omega as cos omega minus j sin omega. Now let us rewrite this as 1 by 1 minus a cos omega, which is a real term. 1 is a real term, minus a cos omega is a real term. If you multiply a inside, that is into minus, so what will be the next result? Plus j a sin omega. So this is the imaginary term. This is your x of e power j omega. Now I would like to calculate magnitude of this and the angle for this, that is x of e power j omega. So what is the basic procedure to calculate magnitude and angle? This is one of the fundamental mathematics. If I have x plus jy, what is the magnitude you do? Root of x square plus y square. What is the angle you do? Tan inverse of y by x, which is imaginary by real term. Okay. You should implement for both numerator and denominator. Very simple. What is magnitude of the numerator? 1. Magnitude of the denominator? Root of 1 minus a cos omega the whole square plus a sin omega the whole square. Magnitude is ready. What is angle? Recall. Denominator let me talk. Please remember denominator let me talk. Denominator is tan inverse of imaginary by real. A sin omega divided by 1 minus a cos omega. This is for the denominator angle. Numerator's angle. 1 means it is understood 1 angle 0 degree. It's a basic concept. So 1 is 0 degree. So numerator angle is 0, denominator angle is a calculator. As per the basic mathematics division, it is minus. So what is the angle of x of e power j omega? 0 minus tan inverse or whatever that. If you want, you can remove this 0 also. Okay. So please do remember, this is the answer we are having. Its magnitude, its fixed. Let us do the next problem. 3 power n u of n plus 1. Basic the same concept. Summation n equal to minus infinity 3 power n u of n plus 1 e power minus j omega. What is u of n plus 1? It is where to where you should discuss minus 1 to infinity, which is left shifted sequence, minus 1 to infinity. In that place its value is 1. So now the result will be 3 power n e power minus j omega. Even we can rewrite as n is equal to minus 1 to infinity 3 e power minus j omega whole power n. Okay. This is a. So what is our answer? 1 by 1 minus a. But lower limit is k. Already we have discussed this basic concept. A power k divided by 1 minus e power minus j omega. Please do remember the basic formula what I brought. Because already I have discussed this issue in the previous sessions. N is equal to k to infinity a power n will be a power lower limit is k divided by 1 minus a. The same concept I made it here. A k. Okay. Please do remember that. Okay. So if you bring this minus inside, 1 by 3 e power j omega 1 minus 3 e power minus j omega. This is your x of e power j omega. Now let us do magnitude and angle for this particular term. And please do remember, when I write this particular x of e power j omega, numerator 1 by 3 e power j omega, please, r e power j theta, perfect format, where r is magnitude, theta is angle. I am recalling, r e power j theta, r is magnitude, theta is phase angle. 2 minus r e power j theta, who is magnitude? Don't say r is magnitude. Now 2 is also included. Under this situation, you should convert to e power j omega as cos and sine, then equate to the real term and imaginary term. Under this situation, directly you can say, please try to learn this. In this term, magnitude and angle is visible. In this term, because of these two, you should convert to rectangular form. Magnitude and angle is not directly visible. Please recall this. In this term, what is magnitude? 1 by 2. What is angle? Omega. Visible. Magnitude and angle is visible. Here it is not visible because of this 1. So, with that concept, since magnitude and angle is visible, I am not touching denominator 1 minus 3 cos omega minus j sin omega. I am modifying. I am recalling again. Since directly it is visible, numerator I am not touching. Since there is extra term 1, I am modifying to cos and sin. Again I am repeating. 1 by 3 e power j omega 1 minus 3 cos omega plus j 3 sin omega. So this is my modification. Don't ask this question, sir, why you converted this e as cos and sin, why not this e? Because numerator magnitude angle is visible, denominator not visible, so I am going to polar coordinate. Now I can do directly the concept. X of e power j omega magnitude. Numerator directly visible. What is magnitude? 1 by 3 over. Denominator you should do root of 1 minus 3 cos omega the whole square plus 3 sin omega the whole square. What about angle? Very simple. Numerator visible, directly visible. Omega is the angle over minus because of the denominator. What is denominator? Tan inverse of 3 sin omega divided by 1 minus 3 cos omega. Okay. So this is the magnitude and angle. We will see some more. But make sure that this concept is very critical. Magnitude and angle visible. Magnitude is 1 by 3. Angle is omega. Because of this one, I am converting into cos and sin. Okay. One of the important key factors. 5 del of n is the next problem. Let us substitute n is equal to minus infinity infinity. 5 del of n e power minus j omega n. Value when n is equal to 0. So please remember. Then when I substitute, no need of summation. 5 del of 0 e power 0 answer is 5. X of e power 0 omega. Okay. So magnitude is 5, angle is 0. It's understood. Next let us do the same concept. X of n is equal to 3 del of n minus 2. So x of e power j omega summation n equal to minus infinity infinity 3 del of n minus 2 e power minus j omega n. When this exists, when n is equal to 2, let me substitute. No need of summation. When you put n is equal to 2, 3 del of 2 minus 2 0 minus j omega 2. Let me repeat. 3 del of 0 is 1 e power minus j 2 omega. So this is your x of j omega. What is magnitude? If you want, you can conclude. X of j power j omega magnitude will be 3. Angle of x of e power j omega will be minus 2 omega because of this particular angle theta. Okay. So one basic conclusion. if you have del of n, it is 5 as it is constant. N minus 2, it will be e power minus 0. So we can do just tell this answer directly. 6 del of n plus 3. So what should be its dt ft? X of e power j omega is, answer must be amplitude 6 e power j, if it is minus 2 omega, minus 6 omega, plus 3 omega. That's all. Okay. So this is the basic idea. In the next session, we'll discuss property based problems in detail.